Hello, my name is Stephanie Grana, and I'm a partner with the law firm of Bright, Cantor, Grana, and Buckner. I wanted to reach out to all of you today and give you an update regarding the licensure of Dr. Bigg of the Allison Breast Center with the Virginia Board of Medicine. Effective March 3rd, 2021, the license of Dr. Bigg to practice medicine as a radiologist in the Commonwealth of Virginia has been revoked, retroactive to May 20th, 2020. I know that many women out there have previously and then since May 20th filed complaints with the Board of Medicine regarding care that they received at the Allison Breast Center. We've just been advised that effective March 3rd of 2021, the Virginia Board of Medicine accepted the voluntary surrender for revocation of Dr. Bigg's right to renew his license to practice medicine in the Commonwealth of Virginia. What does this mean? When the board issued its order on May 20th of 2020, it summarily suspended Dr. Bigg's license to practice medicine, effectively closing his radiology office here in Henrico. Since that time, I know that a lot of women have filed additional complaints with the Board of Medicine, and that's in addition to the 18 women that were included in the original order of summary suspension by the board. A lot of you have reached out to us here asking when the hearing date will be so that your voice can be heard. It was originally scheduled for June of 2020. Due to the number of women involved and the volume of people that would have been required at the hearing, it was moved to a later date. We have continually reached out to the Board of Medicine asking when that hearing would be rescheduled. We were originally told the fall, and then maybe sometime in February or the spring of 2021. As a result of this consent order or voluntary acceptance of revocation by Dr. Bigg, there will be no hearings from the original 18 women who were included in the Board of Medicine order. And there will be no hearings related to any women who have subsequently filed complaints against Dr. Bigg. The reason why there will not be any hearings regarding former patients of Dr. Bigg in the Allison Breast Center is that is one of the terms of this consent order, that Dr. Bigg has waived his right to any hearing and no hearings will occur at this point. Part of that is also related to the fact that the desired result for former patients would be that Dr. Bigg's license be revoked. That would be the maximum penalty that could be imposed, and by both sides coming together and agreeing to this order, Dr. Bigg's license has in fact been revoked. It's also been revoked retroactively. So in effect, his license was not just suspended as of May 20th of 2020, but it was revoked. Moreover, what this means is, just as a point of education for folks, the Board of Medicine does not have the power to permanently revoke the license of a practitioner. What the Board of Medicine does is that it is permitted to revoke the license for a period of 3 years. If there are allegations of sexual misconduct, that period can be extended to 5 years. After the 3 years, however, the doctor, in this case Dr. Bigg, can request reinstatement of his medical license. The elements for reinstatement would include a $2,000 fine, appearance before the full board, and the vote would have to be 3/4 of that entire board, and then all of the pending cases, the 18 original cases, all cases that have filed since then, would then have an opportunity to be brought back. So I think it would be very difficult for Dr. Bigg to apply for reinstatement. I think it would be difficult, near impossible, for his license to be in fact reinstated within the Commonwealth of Virginia. That raises another question that I know some of you will be asking. Can a physician whose license has been revoked, could they go to another state and practice medicine there? And I know a lot of you have asked me that and have been worried about that. To answer the question, a physician whose license has been revoked by the Board of Medicine The board is part of the Federation of State and Medical Boards of the United States. That organization represents 71 state medical and osteopathic boards in the United States and its territories. So, technically, once this revocation is placed into the computers, if an application is made in another state or in a U.S. territory, they would see this flag on the file, and Dr. Bigg would not be able to apply for licensure in any other state. I've also been advised that there is an international component to this network of information. And if Dr. Bigg attempted to have his license reinstated in another country, in a territory outside the United States, once again, the revocation information would be available to that country, territory, and the license would not be permitted to be granted in any other state, any other country, or any foreign territory. If any of you are patients A through R in the original Board of Medicine order of summary suspension, you will be getting a letter from the Board of Medicine that gives you a copy of the order and then the consent order. And for those of you who are well versed with the Board of Medicine order, like myself, as you can see from my personal copy, I've got it highlighted and dog-eared. What the board did was, if you turn, it was a lengthy order, a total of 64 pages. The original order, dated May 20th of 2020, has now been simply extended. So there is now a page 62, 63, and 64. And then we have the terms of the consent, and then we have the order itself that indicates that the board accepted the voluntary surrender for revocation by Dr. Bigg. For those of you who are one of the 18 patients, you will be receiving a personal letter from the Board of Medicine giving you the update regarding the consent and the order and the revocation. But please know that none of the information in the original order has been modified in any way. So I know some of you may be asking, does this mean that Dr. Bigg has admitted to the findings that were listed regarding the review of my mammogram or my ultrasound? Unfortunately, it does not. As one of the terms of the consent, Dr. Bigg does not admit nor deny the findings of fact and conclusions of law. So just to be aware, again, there are 3 new pages at the back of the order. If any of you would like that additional information, please feel free to reach out to my law firm and we will provide that to you. If you are someone who has filed a complaint with the Board of Medicine that is under investigation, I don't believe that you will be getting a letter from the Board of Medicine. I could be wrong in that regard, but it is my understanding that for the 18 women who are part of the original order, they will be getting a letter from the Board of Med. I know that many of you are disappointed if you are one of the 18 patients. And I hear your concerns, but just know that here at Bright Cantor, we are doing our best for the cases that have been filed lawsuits. To give you an update, on behalf of 8 former patients of Dr. Bigg, I have filed lawsuits in the circuit court for the County of Henrico. There are 2 additional lawsuits that we will be filing, and I know that there is another lawsuit by another attorney that has been filed as well. So we are actively pursuing these cases. We have trial dates in these cases commencing in July of this year, going all the way through 2023. As the attorney for at least 10 clients, former patients of Dr. Bigg and the Allison Breast Center, I can tell you that these cases are on the forefront of my mind. There is not a day that goes by that I'm not working on one of those cases or answering additional phone calls from all of you requesting your records. For those of you who have yet to receive your medical records from the Allison Breast Center, Please check out the Facebook page for Bright, Cantor, Grana, and Buckner. We do have a new mailing address for you to request your records. It is a P.O. box, and that information will be posted on our Facebook page. If you have any questions about what the Board of Medicine has done, why this happened, what this means for your pending Board of Medicine complaint, please feel free to reach out to us with a question. You're always welcome to call me as well, and we will do our best to update the information that you have received. Moreover, I implore any of you who are watching this and you were a former patient of the Allison Breast Center, that office is now closed. If you had a mammogram through May 20th of 2020, you need to reschedule your mammogram. It is very important to do so. I hope that the mammogram was read correctly. I hope that there is nothing negative, nothing suspicious in that mammogram, but it is in your best interest to have your mammogram repeated just to make sure that you have healthy breasts, to make sure that there was nothing that was missed on your prior mammogram.